Hey guys, hi, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is actually a highly requested one and it is so exciting for you guys as well as me to film because these are all my top #1 affordable makeup products of all time. I wouldn't be exaggerating if I tell you guys that even though these are all so affordable, most of them are very comparable to high-end luxury makeup and some of them are actually even better than them. And I'm sure you guys are going to enjoy today's video completely. And again, if you guys like my channel, if you like my videos, then do take a moment to subscribe, hit on the notification bell. And without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so first let's start off with primer, and my top affordable primer of all time is definitely this Maybelline Fit Me Dewy Plus Smooth Primer. For all my dry skin babies out there, this is an amazing product. It just like prep your skin so well and also gives you that right amount of hydration and moisturization to your skin. Your skin also looks very glowy and dewy, and also like your makeup sits so beautifully over this primer. It is so amazing. I cannot tell you how much I love this primer, how much I've been like going back to this primer. Definitely has to be my #1 affordable primer of all time. So I have another primer from drugstore, which is this e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. When I initially used this primer, I actually did not like it that much because you know what, if you have dry skin, you cannot apply this directly on your face. It can make your skin very mattifying, but the way I like to use this is, I like to use a nice moisturizer, like a really good hydrating moisturizer, or you can just use this Maybelline primer and after that you can apply the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. So this actually like fills your pores. It makes your skin very smooth and gives almost that filtered effect. So yeah, again, another primer I have been loving. And I think especially for dry skin type, this will work extremely well for summers. Yeah, this makes sure that it controls my oiliness a little bit, my sweat, and it actually makes my foundation stay on and also, like gives like a nice blurred out effect on my skin. Definitely, this is something that I will be using all year round. I think the e.l.f. one will perform better on my skin during humid days. But overall, I love both the primers very much. Okay, so the next product I want to share is this Pat Take Cover Concealer. Actually, it's a color corrector. I really like it because it's not very pigmented. Like, I don't like color correctors that are very pigmented and they're like too orange, then it just gets everywhere. Let me just show you. Look at that shade, you guys. Like, it's perfect shade for my skin. My other base products like foundation and other concealers will sit beautifully on this product. But now sometimes with color correctors, what happens is, you apply the color corrector and then on top of it, when you use a foundation, everything like meshes together and it looks very orangey and you have to use high coverage foundations or you just have to use a lot more product to cover up this orangeness. Whereas this one, it blends really well and it actually cancels my darkness, my pigmentation, but at the same time, it also sets really well. So yeah, guys, again, absolutely love this. I highly recommend. So next, moving on to foundation, I have this Miss Claire Everyday Foundation. This one, I think it is only for 350 or 400 rupees. I'm not sure, but it is so inexpensive. And the coverage, the finish, everything about this foundation is so amazing. Like, I did not expect such good quality foundation for such an affordable price. If you're looking for a really good foundation under a budget, then this is something that I would highly recommend. I can definitely, compare this to so many of my high-end foundations too. So as you all can see from the demo, this has really good coverage, but also the finish it gives is very natural, skin-like, and also it has a little bit of the dewiness, which I absolutely love. For me, I really like coverage. At the same time, I also want my foundations to look like skin, more like skin and not like I have put on tons of makeup. So this definitely, checks all the boxes and it looks absolutely gorgeous. Now I have the shade Caramel and this shade is definitely a little bit yellow on me, but I just wish they had like a lot more tones and undertones because this is a really good quality makeup. So the next one I have is this L'Oreal's Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation. This foundation, oh my god, I can't even begin to explain you how much I love it. So first of all, you have to see the demo and how well it applies. Now, I feel like the shade tone of this one matches my skin tone better compared to the Miss Claire. Miss Claire is, as I said, it's a little more yellow, whereas this one, it just like matches my skin tone. And look at the way it sits on my skin. Like, this foundation also looks very plumping and it also looks very skin-like and very smooth. It just gives that very smooth, almost like a filtered effect. So this is definitely my top #1 drugstore foundation of all time. and I would highly recommend you guys to check this one out. Don't have enough shade tones for duskier skin tones, so I wish they come up with more shade tones. That is my only complaint. But other than that, if you can find a shade match for yourself, definitely go for it. It is so good. And I've also heard that this foundation is very similar to the Armani Luminous Skin. So overall, these two are my favorite affordable foundations. So both of them have like a medium to buildable coverage, and as you all can see, they both look very skin-like, very pretty. So yeah, absolutely love these two foundations. Okay. So next, moving on to concealer. The NYX Bear With Me Serum Concealer. Definitely, it just is a miraculous product. I have never used such a formula. Like, I cannot compare this concealer to even high-end luxury concealers. I don't have anything like this in my collection. It is so good. This actually looks very skin-like, and also at the same time, it gives like that plumping effect to my skin, and it actually makes my skin look more healthy and more like, it gives that almost like a glass skin effect, and it actually looks like my skin. It doesn't even look like makeup. And I cannot tell you how much I love this concealer. I have the shade Tan, and I think this just matches my skin tone perfectly. So coverage wise, this is like a medium coverage concealer, but you can actually build it up, and it will cover up your imperfections so well. Now coming to the price point, this is priced at around I think $9.99, which is a little bit expensive for affordability, but it is worth every penny. It is so good. Like, trust me on this, it is so good. So next, to set my makeup in place, I use this e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder, and I have the shade, I think it's in the shade Light. Yeah, so I have the shade Light. Now, as you all can see from the application, this powder is so finely milled, and if you have dry skin and if you're looking for something which is very hydrating, like not just dry skin, but also, like, I have heard so many oily skin types, complaining that their under eyes gets very dry and crusty. So if you struggle with dry under eyes, or if you have a lot of lines under your eyes, then this is something that you definitely have to check out, because the product is so good. It does not make your under eyes dry or anything. Also, this like sets your makeup so well. It makes it budge proof and gives that airbrush effect, which I absolutely love. So those are all the reasons why this is my top favorite. So for cream bronzers, I actually have 3 of them here. I know I'm recommending a lot, but the first one, that I definitely loved so much, and which is also very affordable, is this Swiss Beauty Instant Cover Pan Stick, and this is in the shade Contour. And this one, I did buy it from Nykaa, but they have kind of sold out and they're not getting back in stock. So I don't know what is happening. I don't know if they're ever going to get back in stock, or it's just like, like it was just like a one-time thing. Like, I'm not sure what is happening with the brand, but this is definitely an amazing, amazing product. I also have like a shorts video on it. So if you guys want to see how it applies and everything, definitely check it out. The shade match is perfect. It blends so easily. It's very creamy. And it's very inexpensive. I think it was around 200 or something, which is so inexpensive. But unfortunately, it's not available anymore. Don't worry, I do have other 2 options for you. Okay, so the next one I have is the Blue Heaven Strobe and Shape Duo Stick. Here you get both contour as well as highlighter. Now, I don't like the highlighter, whereas the bronzer contour shade is amazing. So let me just swatch right next to this. Can you see this is like a little more warmer compared to this one? Just like provides that nice warmth to your skin. This product is very inexpensive. It blends so well. It's very creamy and it's very inexpensive. So yeah, definitely this is my another favorite, like cream bronzer. Okay guys, so moving on to the next bronzer I have is this Makeup Revolution Super Dewy Liquid Bronzer. At first I thought, okay, it's a liquid bronzer, but actually it almost feels like a tint. Can you see? It blends so beautifully, and look at that, you guys. And you know what? The one thing that I absolutely love about this product is, you can actually go overboard with it, but still it looks very natural, very skin-like. It almost looks like a tint. The formula is super unique. As you all can see, even though I've blended, it just looks like my skin. It doesn't look like I have applied any product on anything. So that's why I think this is, a very beautiful, amazing product. And I don't have anything like this in my collection, and definitely worth every penny. And again, as you all can see from the application, it looks so natural on my skin, and that's the reason why I absolutely love it so much. Now moving on to powder bronzers, I also have to recommend these products because I am someone who likes to use cream products and then top it off with some powders because that will give you that long lasting effect. If you're someone who likes to use cream or powders, you can have options too. So that's why I'm including them. Okay guys, so the first one I have here is this Sugar's Contour de Force Mini Bronzer, and this is in the shade Woody Wonder. That is how it looks like. And it looks very natural on my skin. And this is something that I definitely have used a lot this year. Whenever I want to go with like a very subtle bronzer, I use this, and this product is really good. If I have to enhance my bronzer a little more, or if I'm going with any glamorous looks, then this is something that I really love to use. It's the Rimmel Natural Bronzer, and I have the shade Sunkissed. It's a little bit darker compared to the Sugar one, as you all can see. Again, they both look very natural on the skin. I use the Sugar one just on my cheeks as well as on my forehead, whereas the Rimmel one I use on my jawline to enhance it and also on the outer corners of my cheeks. And I absolutely love both the products. And also guys, like both Sugar and Rimmel, they both are very inexpensive, and the quality of the products that they offer is really amazing. So definitely check out. Okay, so next, moving on to blushes. My top #1 blush of all time definitely has to be K-Beauty Matte Blush, and I have the shade Soft Nude. This particular shade looks so pretty, and I absolutely love the formula, love the finish, the way it sits on my skin. It gives a nice airbrush finish. Again, K-Beauty is one of the best affordable drugstore brand in India because it's amazing. The products that they offer is just like top-notch quality. I have so many products that I've loved from K-Beauty. So yeah, this is definitely my top favorite. So next I have the Milani's Baked Blush, and now this one is been my favorite since so many years. So the K-Beauty one is a mattifying blush, whereas this one, gives that glowy finish. And as you all can see from the application, it just looks so beautiful. And even though this is, illuminating glowy blush, it does not emphasize my texture whatsoever. I have not found a better one than this, even in like high-end makeup brands. I have not actually. And that's why this is my absolute favorite. I have like around 5 or 6 shades in this. That's how much I love. Yeah, this is definitely my top favorite blush of all time. So now moving on to my eyes. My favorite eyeshadow palette, like affordable eyeshadow palette that I found this year is definitely this Nykaa's, quad eyeshadow palette. And yeah, again, the shade tones that they have, it's so beautiful. You only get 4 shades. So if you're a beginner as well, you can create some really pretty looks with this palette. You don't need a lot, and also they are very travel friendly. Again, as you all can see from the application, it blends so well, and the pigmentation is just on point. I have 2 palettes here. I have shade number 01 and I have 05. So for today's look, I use the palette number 05. I use this shade right over here. Let me just swatch all 4 shades for you and show you how pigmented these shades are. That's how pigmented they are. Again, these feel very creamy to the touch. They blend so easily. The pigmentation is amazing. It doesn't feel like a drugstore 300 or 400 rupees palette. Definitely is very, very high quality. So that's why I'm recommending it to you. More than shade number 5, I think this, palette number 1 is my favorite because the shades again in here are beautiful, for everyday use. If you're not like, if you're someone who just like to use like very neutral tones, very basic shades, then I will say, go with this palette. Again, let me just swatch it right over here. And the shimmer shade of this one, look at that. Look at the shimmer shade of this palette. It looks so intense and it's so metallic compared to, this palette. And these are definitely my best like affordable palettes. Another great affordable, eyeshadows definitely have to be this e.l.f. Bite Size eyeshadow palette. As you all can see, I have 4 different palettes here. Again, the quality of these particular eyeshadow palettes is amazing. So I use the palette Truffles, and this is how the shades look like. It's a very basic palette, but you can create some really good smoky looks with this palette. So I use this particular brown shade here, on my upper and lower lash line to just smoke it out a little bit. And yeah, that's the pigmentation. Again, I really love the quality of this eyeshadow palettes. So let me just swatch this as well. That's how the shades look like. That's how pigmented they are. The quality of this eyeshadow, palettes are also very good, especially the metallics that you get here are so intensely pigmented. Now, the mattes in this palette are a little bit dry compared to the Nykaa ones. The Nykaa ones are very creamy and buttery to the touch. So yeah, overall, I really love this palette, and again, the quality is amazing. So next, I have this Makeup Revolution's Flawless Foil, and I have the shade called as Rival. Yeah, again, I have used so many like liquid glittery eyeshadows, both in drugstore as well as in high-end, but this is so good. Look at that. It's so metallic. It's so foil. Like these foil eyeshadows are stunning. So I'm just going to take a tiny amount and I'm going to swatch it right over here. Look at that, you guys. It looks like a liquid diamond or something. Like, oh my god, it's so pretty. And even the shade is just amazing. This is like super metallic, but it doesn't have the chunky glitters or anything. And this is like a wet looking eyeshadow. And you can see from my application, it just looks like wet, like diamonds, glitters on my eyes. It's so beautiful and gorgeous. And for all these reasons, I think this is my #1 favorite, like foiled eyeshadow of all time. In here, you also get this intensifying primer. So if you feel like this foil shadow is getting a little dry, or if you want that wet look back, you can actually use this. Just one drop is enough to give you that like a liquid glass metallicness on your eyes. So overall, it's a very beautiful product, and I think it's around 800 or 850 rupees, and I feel like it's worth every penny. Okay, so next I use this NYX Epic Ink eyeliner pen. Now this one definitely hands down the best eyeliner pen I've ever used. As you all can see, this is like a brush tip applicator, and the reason why this is on my top favorite is because one, it is very easy to apply. Two, it gives that really precise like wing liner effect. You can do so much with this. It also lasts very well, and it also is intensely like pigmented. It is a very black matte liner. So yeah, for all those reasons, this is definitely my top #1, and I think I'm going to repurchase this again and again. So the next one I use is this PAC long lasting kohl pencil, and it's in the shade Skin. So I just applied in my waterline to open up my eyes and make them look a little more brighter and awake. And this is definitely my top favorite Kajal pencil ever. I also have a brown shade in this particular pencil, and it is just amazing. It's so creamy. It's very pigmented. It does not transfer. It also lasts for the longest time. I'm just going to swatch it here. It's just that perfect shade to, like brighten your brighten your eyes and open up your eyes, but at the same time, it doesn't look too artificial. So that's why this is my top favorite. So moving on to mascara, you guys. So I have two mascaras from Essence. Definitely Essence does one of the best mascaras of all time. Okay, so the first one I'm going to be using is the Essence Lash Princess mascara. And I got this recently, and this is, again, it's so good. It lengthens your lashes, gives volume, and it also like curls your lashes really well, and it feels very lightweight because this is not a waterproof mascara. Whereas if you want like a waterproof mascara, then I would recommend this the False Lashes Extreme Volume and Curl Mascara. Again, this is my absolute favorite. I think I've had this since so many months now. I have to discard this one because I don't like to keep my mascaras more than 6 months. And that's one of the reasons why, I don't buy like a luxury or high-end mascara. So you can use either or, but my favorite has to be the False Lashes mascara because, it does not transfer. Because sometimes with this mascara, it actually transfers on my eyes, whereas the waterproof one, it actually holds and doesn't transfer. So that's why I like this one better. Okay, so lastly, I've used this PAC Mink Lashes in M72. This is definitely, my most preferred lashes because, it gives the right length and volume for my eyes. I don't like lashes which feel very heavy or which just cover up all of my eyes, through which you can't see my eye look. Like, what's the use of it, right? I don't like to use them, and they look very artificial. The lash band is perfect size. It's not too heavy or anything. And also, it's very similar to the Huda Beauty Samantha lashes, which was my favorite lashes of all time. But since I got like a similar dupe, I always purchase this, and I have actually purchased this for the third time, and the MRP of this one is just for 375. So that's the reason why I absolutely love it. And nowadays I'm actually not using falsies that much. If I'm going with any glam looks or if I'm going for any events or stuff, so that's the only time when I use falsies. Otherwise, for my everyday, I don't use falsies these days. So yeah, this is definitely my favorite. And also, you guys always ask me what glue I've used. I've used the PAC Lash Fixer, eyelash glue. Again, this is my top favorite lash glue. So yeah, guys, that completes my eyes. Now moving on to my eyebrows. The recent favorite one that I found is the Sugar Pop eyebrow pencil, and this is in the shade #01 Walnut. This was requested by one of you guys, so thank you so much for the recommendation. I absolutely love this product. So the pencil is really thin compared to my other eyebrow pencils, like the affordable eyebrow pencils I have. Also, the shade is really good. It's not too dark. It's perfect for my eyebrows. It looks very natural, and also it stays on for the longest time. And you also get a spoolie on the other side so that you can brush out your brows. So overall, this is my favorite eyebrow pencil as of now. And next, to set my eyebrow hair in place, I use the NYX Stick It eyebrow mascara. I have a little bit of a bushy brows, and this definitely helps my eyebrows to stay in place. So this actually helps to fill your brows and also keep your brow hair in place. And also for everyday use, I don't even use an eyebrow pencil. I just use this product, and yeah, it's very easy, it's simple, a really good product that I've been loving these days. Okay guys, so now moving on to my lips. My number one top favorite lip liner is definitely this K Beauty's lip liner in the shade Fame. This actually complements my skin tone so well. Again, I can use this with any nude lipstick or any other lipstick. It just gives such a nice definition to my lips, so that's why I really like it. And also it stays on for the longest time, so definitely my favorite. Okay, so now moving on to lipsticks. I've already shared my top 3 affordable lipsticks in my previous video and I don't want to repeat it again. So another one of my favorite lipsticks that I discovered this year is Maybelline Superstay Vinyl Ink, and I have the shade number 10 Lippy. So this is how the shade looks like. You know, again, the shade is so pretty. Yeah, after some time, it definitely feels a little heavy and sticky on my lips, but overall, I really like it because of the longevity and also the way it looks. Okay, so now moving on to setting spray. My top favorite setting spray is this NYX Dewy Finish Setting Spray. Again, I don't have to repeat myself why I like it. It just sets your makeup, it makes it transfer proof, and also it gives a nice dewy finish. And if you have dry skin or if you just in general love dewy finish, then this is something that I would highly recommend. I think this is my 4th repurchase and that's how much I love this product. Okay, so another one of my favorite affordable setting sprays is this PAC Micro Finish Makeup Fixer. This is another beautiful product. It just like makes your makeup set in place for the longest time, and it also gives a very beautiful finish. And I really like the spray because it doesn't like spritz like that on the skin, but it has that very smooth like spray, so that's why I really like it. These two definitely have to be my favorite drugstore setting sprays, and I think they have been my favorite since 2-3 years now, and that speaks a lot, you guys. So now moving on to highlighter. My favorite highlighter of all time is definitely this Insights cream highlighter, and I have the shade number 02 Moonstone Bliss. This is such a perfect highlighter. Where shall I apply it? Okay, I'm gonna apply this here. Okay, look at that. The formula is stunning. It is very creamy and gives a very skin-like finish. It doesn't look too harsh. It doesn't emphasize any of my texture or anything, but at the same time, it just gives that beautiful glow onto my skin, as you all can see. And that's why I really like it. And this is my top favorite. I don't know, in my previous video, I said I said Wet n Wild is my top favorite, which it is. It is amazing product, but nothing beats this one, you guys. And what? This is only for 100 rupees and it performs so good. Like I have not even seen a high-end, high-end cream highlighter that performs this good. You also get, I think, 6 or 7 shades, but definitely the shade Moonstone is my favorite. Okay, so the last product I have today is this NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop Mattifying Powder. And this is definitely my top favorite drugstore powder. You can easily compare this to, like Charlotte Tilbury's Airbrush powder. It gives a very similar finish. As a dry skin girl, I absolutely love this product so much because again, I don't like powders that just like mattify my face. I don't like products that take out all of the shine, that glow from my face, but I still want to set my makeup in place so it doesn't move or budge for the longest time. It also adds a little bit of a coverage. It also like blurs your skin and gives that airbrush effect. That's why this is such a beautiful product. It's so good. I have the shade medium. Again, with powders, you guys, I always tell you go with 1-2 shades lighter because that just like brightens your face really well. This is just amazing product and I highly recommend. Okay guys, so that completes today's video. So those are my number 1 affordable makeup products of all time. If you have your number 1 favorite products, then do let me know in the comment section because I would love to know your recommendations as well. I hope this video was really helpful to you all, and if you enjoy my videos, then definitely like, share and subscribe. I'm gonna see you all next time. Bye guys.